Welcome back to Dearman Customs, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on the CL350. We're not going to be firing it up today. I've run into a couple of issues. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to do some fiddling around and everything. I think I'm going to have to take the cam chain tensioner housing off. I saw where the cam chain tensioner can get locked up and everything. I mean, it's like, what, 55 years old, so it may be froze up. It looks like I'm running into an issue with the ignition timing as far as whenever it hits the firing mark and everything, it's coming on way before that firing mark and it's staying on way past it. So I think I might have some slack in the cam chain. It's like it's not moving that cam the way it should. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna pull, let me get this camera. I'm gonna pull that housing right there off and check, make sure that spring is working correctly. And what's happening is whenever we come up on a timing mark, let me find my wrench. There it is. And see, that's for the, if you can see that, so that is the firing mark for the right cylinder. And basically what's happening, whenever it comes up on this mark right here on the stator, it's coming on way beforehand and then it stays on way past. Now, that being said, there are some good things going on. I got a battery, does not fit. But that's okay, because it's not going to live right here anyway. Going to try to relocate it, kind of hide it down there is the plan. But let me find the timing light, or actually find my light here. So what happens is, now just bear with me. Gotta get this stuff. So we'll rotate it around until this point. It'll open up, and once it opens up, it's supposed to, it'll light this light up, and that's when it would normally fire. But like I said, it's coming on way before the timing mark. Let's see. Coming up on the left fire once we get on the compression stroke. Hard doing this with one hand. Oh, you know what? It would help to have that on. I will say, alright, you see how this light has come on? Let's see, I'll back it up until it goes off. Alright, so the light's off. Timing mark is right here, and then it's not supposed to come on until it gets there. So let's see where it comes on at. See how far it's on now. Just come on. So we're that far ahead, and then it stays on all the way it's still on, so heck, I don't know if it's going to go off. There it goes. So that's like a full rotation. Not sure that is supposed to be like that. And then the right is on, right cylinder. But it shouldn't come on to about there. So anyhow, there's definitely some adjustments that I got to make on that. And like I said, it kind of seems like maybe there may be some slack in the cam chain. So I'm going to pull that off and make sure that's not the problem. But I'm going to have to do some fiddling around. So it's not going to make a good video. But if that is hung up, I will show you how that is stuck or how I get it freed up, everything else. But I will say there are some good things about getting the battery on here. And let's see, the headlight works. The blinkers don't blink, but the lights come on. So that's a positive. The brake light works. So it doesn't shut off correctly. That's just because that button isn't getting pushed. Needs all new cables and everything. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing now, is trying to figure out what's going on with this ignition timing and just getting that situated. Like I said, it's going to be some fiddling around. It's going to be pretty boring. Obviously, we're not going to be starting much of anything with these spark plug wires. So I guess I'm going to have to get some new wires. Those don't look healthy. So anyway, we'll get some of those coming and figure out this cam chain tensioner, make sure it's working properly, get these touched up to where they need to be or adjusted to where they need to be, and then we'll be ready to fire it up. But I am going to have another welding project coming up. I got some pieces I got to get cleaned up and make sure the holes are drilled to the right size. But basically, I'm going to be welding together some hinges that I've made. I'll show you one now. Let's see. This is part of the hinge here, and obviously this is your pivot part, but got some pieces that'll be getting welded to this, and then it'll have a piece that mounts it to the post. So that'll be coming up as well. But right now I'm going to try to get this figured out, and like I said, if that is froze up or I get it freed up and things turning correctly, I'll show you all that. But it's going to be a pretty boring video if I just film it, me fiddling around with this mess. So I just wanted to give you a quick little update on this, and whenever I get that pulled apart, I'll show you guys that. Alright, so here's that cam chain tensioner, and this piece is working correctly. It was not. Whenever I first pulled it off, it was stuck all the way back here, and whenever I pulled this off and everything, see, it still wants to stick, and it's not supposed to do that. So anyway, it was stuck, but got it somewhat freed up. And before I put it back on, I will make sure that everything is working the way it should, and good and freed up, not going to get jammed up, and get that cam chain tensioner or tension, get the cam chain tension done correctly. And then I'll go back to trying to get that ignition timing set just right. I think that could be one of the issues there. No big deal, but like I said, we're not going to be able to start this engine with these plugs, these plug wires, these plugs, so I need to order all that stuff anyway. But I do still need to get the ignition timing set to where when we do get these plugs and plug wires that are decent, then we will give her a shot. Still not going to pull the carbs off. I don't want to put fuel in that tank, so I'm going to have to use an auxiliary tank. And that is just because I still have work that I want to do on the tank, make sure that it's not leaking. I don't want to put any fuel in it in case there is a spot that I have to weld up on it, something like that. Hopefully it doesn't have any holes in it, and if it does, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But so that is a positive note there, that we know that is now freed up. It was stuck, so we'll get the right tension on that cam chain, and hopefully that resolves our lag in the timing there. I feel like that will, because it just wasn't moving the cam when the crank moved, so I think that'll help out a lot. And then we'll adjust everything, and then we'll try to fire it up. This is Dearman Customs. Thanks for watching. I just want to keep you guys updated, and I want to try to put these videos out every Wednesday. I am going to be doing another video for the welding of the hinges and everything, those parts. But like I said, I am going to try to put a video out every Wednesday. Thanks for watching. See you next time.